What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Love Unlocked Talk. This is episode 13, and we are discussing how important is it to have a good relationship with the in-laws. Right now, I'm joined with my co-host, April Love.
Hey everyone. How's it been going, V?
Everything has been going pretty great, just trying to maneuver through the struggle, the struggle of not having excellent service these past few hours.
You guys were struggling big time. I saw on social media everybody was kind of like, oh my gosh, T-Mobile, we
not the
voice.
Okay. It was awful. Like, I couldn't make a call. Nobody could call me. Like, business was at a halt. It was a mess. But it looks like I'm still having some difficulties. So hopefully, I can push through tonight because I don't know what's going on, but they need to get it together.
They most definitely do, because I don't need y'all blaming my phone provider for y'all struggles that y'all have.
We haven't been having issues until Sprint wobbled their ass on over in our territory. We was perfectly fine. We never had no issues ever. So.
Sprint ain't had no issues, so I think it's a y'all thing and not an us thing. But
right. We're gonna have to agree to disagree, sis. This is not it. But we're going to actually get into a different topic before we talk about our topic of the week. How soon is too soon to meet the parents? So when you are dating someone, is there a too soon to meet the family? Not just the parents, but the family in general. Honestly, on my end, I think that anything below a year, if you're dating with the intent to be in a relationship with a person, is too soon. Because shit happens and then that person disappears and then you got to explain to the family what happened. Some families is all extra with it, especially around holidays. Oh, what happened to last girl that was here last year? And then you got to fucking talk about it. It's just a lot. What about you, April Love? What is your take on meeting family members while dating?
Well, you have a great point. What happened to Keisha, Taisha, Ron? Was Ronnie here one of them holidays? Yeah, you don't want to be one of those people. I agree with you, because I'm one to wait to bring someone around until it reaches that year mark, only because I just don't. I want to make it serious, and I don't want to have those type of conversations. So dang, sis, you really running through them, aren't you? You really running through them. You must be falling hard for these, because you keep bringing them and they don't keep staying. What's going on? Yeah, I don't want to have those type of issues, and I just feel like that signifies the seriousness of the relationship, and I just don't see, bringing someone around my family after a couple of weeks or a couple of months, because it's like, I need time. Like you said, things happen, shit changes, and I don't want a DMX song for all the niggas that I didn't dealt with. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. But I do know there are a lot of people who do bring people around their family very early on. And to me, that kind of just says, like, even dealing with my current boyfriend, I believe that he had brought a few girlfriends around his family. And it just was kind of like, so dude, what's going on with you?
It's embarrassing too. Like, I think it's different for men. I think men, don't get the side eye as much as women. Like, I know when I was dating, I did have a guy that I thought was like it, and I thought we was really making it, and I invited him to Thanksgiving, and then he and I didn't make it, and then the following year, my brother was just like, "Yo, what happened to that nigga that was here last year?" Like, where he at? And it was just like, it didn't work, and he's like, damn, you be changing up, and it's like that. It's not a good feeling, for your family to be judging you like that. But that's why I think it's just not good to have a whole bunch of people in your family's face unless you know for sure that, there's really no way to know for sure, but unless you have some time invested, maybe a couple years before you start bringing them around and holidays and all that stuff, because shit changes at a drop of a dime, and then there you are looking like like a dumbass because you ain't bring the same person you brought last year to the function. So
right. Well, it was actually funny because so probably the first year that I was dealing with my boyfriend, that question was posed, was like, oh, where's your boyfriend at? You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't you bring him? And it was like, it's the first year. What do you want me to do? He's with his family. I don't, you know what I'm saying? We're at that point where we start, making these executive decisions now. Like, oh, we're going to go over to your family and then we're going to go. Like, no, we just started dealing with each other. Let him be with his peoples and let me be with mine. So, I think it's funny because you will get asked that type of question too, is if someone knows that you're in a relationship and you're at a function, people will be like, well, where's Tommy at? Where's Tommy? I thought you had Tommy around. And it's like, chill bruh. If Tommy's still here next year, Tommy will be around, but right now, we filling things out. So I say, yeah, give it a year, or at least know that you're working towards something serious, whatever that serious is for you, because not everybody wants to get married, so that's I can't even say, oh yeah, until you want to marry them. If you know what serious is for you, whether I don't know. What people just become lifelong partners. If you're working towards that, then I think that's an appropriate time to bring them around your family. And if you know that you have brought several people around your family and didn't work out, then you probably should be a little bit more hesitant to bring them around,
Yeah, you should be, because I've had some situations where I was dating somebody and, family members want to be cute and be like, oh, is this Tisha? You know what I'm saying? And knowing damn well that I'm not Tisha. You know what I mean? Like, there are I've had cousins, female cousins, sisters, with that hate bullshit. And then, they like to play and think shit's cute when in reality, that shit's uncomfortable as fuck. And it's like, if you know that you got mad bitches coming over for holiday functions, then you should not be bringing, me around. Like, I will put my foot down on that one and say, no, I think it's too soon for me to be, mingling with the fam. I guess it's all up to the person and what their comfort level is. I just don't see the point. I don't see the point in meeting the family if you aren't seriously dating.
Right. No, that most definitely has happened to me too. This, and it's actually kind of, to me, it's borderline disrespectful. It's an easy way, and not it's because, okay, if you're being introduced to somebody new, I don't understand why the new person has to remotely know that you knew of an old person. I just don't see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to meet a new friend and be like, well, my other friend, blah, blah. Like, we're working it out right now. We're meeting each other. We're talking to each other. I'm not going to sit around and bring up all my other friends for what? And I think the same thing goes for, like, I mean, just any type of interaction where you're meeting somebody for the first time. You're not going to bring up Bebe, Day Day, Little
Right.
John, Timmy, because it's not relevant. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this is a small interaction. You're clearly introducing yet another motherfucker to us, but okay, cool. This motherfucker don't have to know that you just brought another motherfucker here a couple of months ago. You know what I'm saying? I think when people do that, I think it's like they're being disrespectful, and yeah, it creates unnecessary problems. So spare, if you are serious or you want to be serious, spare the person that foolishness,
Right.
You know? Because it says to me a lot when you hear, and I've heard this, one of our coworkers, when her son got married, she said that was the first woman that he introduced to her. That means so much more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, he's been out here probably dating, whatever. But it's like, you were the one, clearly. And they got married. But it's like, you were the one that he felt like, okay, this is really serious. This is not no games. We're not hee-hee-hawing it. You're not just cool. Like, yo, I fucking love you. I want you to be my mom.
Right.
So I just think out of respect.
Out of respect, and it's all, like you said, to spare the person, because there are some people that don't think that that's a big deal. So you might be dating somebody that does think that's a big deal. Like, oh my God, he introduced me to his mom. When in reality, he introduces everybody to his mom. So you're not special, sis. Sorry. It's just fucked up. I just don't think that anything under a year, nobody should be meeting anybody's family. Like, there's no reason. There's no need. You don't need to be around your family within a year with this person. You've been solo dolo all this time. I'm sure they can wait until you figure shit out with whoever it is that you're dating.
Right.
Period. So on that note, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get into our weekly dirt. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. Welcome back to Love and Lock Talk. And right now, let's get into our weekly dirt. What do you have for us this week, April Love?
All right, y'all. I'm April Love, and this is our weekly dirt. There is still a lot of stuff going on in the world. It is a lot. There's a lot of changes, a lot of movements being made. And with all this stuff, you got folks getting out and voting for the first time. Snoop Dogg said that he planned to vote for the first time ever. Most recently, rapper Offset got out and voted and encouraged his followers to vote. So you're seeing a lot of people trying to make, some positive changes out there. Moving on, rapper Iggy Azalea finally announced or shared that she recently had a baby boy. So congrats to her. You also have Pusha T and his wife welcoming a baby boy. Before I got on here, I saw that Hazel E., she had her baby girl. I mean, it's clear
all these corona babies.
Yeah, something going on. And over the weekend, Tiana Taylor dropped her music video showcasing a baby bump. So congrats to all of them, all the babies out here, all the Rona babies coming out are in the making. Now we got Dave Chappelle dropped the special. I believe it was Friday or late Thursday, early Friday morning. He dropped the Netflix special, 846, which stands for the amount of time that police officers were on George Floyd. He used that special, I guess, to discuss, have an open discussion, or not open discussion, but talking about his thoughts on everything that's going on as it related to George Floyd. In the special, he also slightly touched on Azealia Banks, who recently had said that the two of them had sex. He was going in on Candace Owens, and in going in, he said her pussy stank.
Oh,
yep, he said his pussy stank, but he said he didn't know for sure. But if he ever found out, he would tell it like Azealia Banks.
Gotta love Dave.
Yes. So, do you think this means that she wasn't lying? And do you think that he will address it again? Or that's all we're getting in terms of him addressing what she said about them?
I think that's all we're getting. I don't think that he even is bothered enough or thinks she's relevant enough to speak about. Like, I don't think that she lied, but I don't think that he cares. I don't think he cares enough to address it anymore. I think that snippet was a slap in the face enough to show that all you get is a couple seconds, boo. You ain't getting a whole special.
I wonder if the way he did kind of casually bring it up, like, oh, I don't really give a fuck. Yeah, I'll tell her, like, since she out here telling shit, I'll be like her.
Right.
Do you think his wife was upset? Do you think, does that then mean, like, we're not hearing about his marriage being in shambles or anything? Do you think that she's aware that he be out here possibly getting it in?
I'm sure she's aware. Like, I don't think that she's an idiot. You know what I mean? I just think that she knows what she has, and she knows her life, her place in life with him. And I don't think that she's gonna rock that boat. Like a lot of, like, Snoop's wife. She's not rocking that boat, and she knows he be out here in these streets. She knows he's for the street.
They probably know that they're not bringing these other bitches home to meet their parents. So they're probably happy, like, look, I'm the only one that meets the in-laws. So, yeah, go ahead.
Basically.
You ain't no one.
Basically.
Moving on, we got updates on Faith and Stevie J. They are working on their relationship after reportedly there being some domestic abuse issues going on. Charges have been dropped against Faith because Stevie J refused to testify against his own wife. So I
Good
guess
for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Because it's not like he's the one who called the police. Like, the neighbors called the police. So
I didn't see that sticking either way. I'm saying, but yeah, kudos for them. Hopefully they make it. Nicki Minaj has had a big week after dropping the Trolls music video with her buddy 6ix9ine. I believe they broke some records on YouTube. But most folks were left talking about shots fired at LisaRaye and Usher. She opens her verse saying, "Dollar, dollar bill, come get her. Even her man knows Nicki's do it better."
Oh my God, you sounded just like Nicki.
Oh my gosh. This was supposed to be a reference to LisaRaye playing a stripper in the movie The Players Club, and the fact that LisaRaye's ex-husband cheated on her with Nicole Murphy. Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
She also said somebody ushered this man into a clinic, referencing the reports that Usher was out here walking around fucking men and women with herpes. Right. This seemed to be a response to LisaRaye and Usher's statement about Lil' Kim and how Nicki, I guess, needed to have that respect for Lil' Kim and bow down to Lil' Kim. Nicki's been in the game for over 10 years now. And while I'm not really like a fan of Nicki Minaj music like that, that's a pretty long time to kind of be in the game and solidify your spot in female rap history. So my question to you, V, is do you think that folks should even be saying this at this point? Like in 2020 now, should that even be a conversation about her needing to pay her respects to a older female rapper? And really not even just anybody, it's always Lil' Kim.
Well, I think I don't want to say she did it. She did it when she first was starting to rap and starting to be known. She did pay homage to Lil' Kim. But when their beef started is when she started to get disrespectful. And I think that that's what everybody is like, okay, but you never made that right. And I think that's why it keeps coming up, because she never made that right. And she's trying to say that she's the originator of things that she is not. And that is where it keeps coming up. So she's made some mistakes. I think it's always going to come up until she gives the credit where credit is due. It's always going to come up in her career. It's never going to go away. And she's not going to do that. I don't see her, saying, okay, I know I didn't come up with the Barbie persona. I know I didn't come up with the, colorful wigs. I know I didn't come up with this, whatever. She's not going to do that. So this is always going to be part of her legacy.
Well, see, and again, and not really kind of being a fan of her music, I never really followed their beef outside of knowing that they had beef. But she was saying that she started it, or was she more so saying that she made it what it is today?
No, she's definitely said this was her own original persona. She came up with this on her own. She didn't copy off Lil' Kim, and and I'm talking, she did cover for cover. You can look at the biting of the style for years from Lil' Kim, but yet and still she will not give that credit to Lil' Kim. And that's why there are people who are still yo, you're being disrespectful, because she is. And she knows she is, but she's not going to change it. She's not going to change it up. She's going to say what she said, and then that's it.
Well, I think this is just, it's like in every generation and every genre, there's a bit of a rivalry amongst artists. And, a lot of them probably do feel like somebody was biting a style or something like that. But I'm just saying, at this point, it's over a decade now. She's been in the game. You wouldn't really hear that somebody who is a vet in their own right still has to pay homage or salute another vet. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she's kind of, at this point, she's chilling a lot more than what she was before. You know what I'm saying? She's getting older now. There are a whole bunch of other female rappers hopping up in the game that I guess need to pay homage to her now. So it's kind of like, when are we gonna let it be what it was? Okay, they had a beef. They don't like each other. It's rap. That is a part of rap history. We know this. We know that rappers have often beef with other rappers. So what's going on? And I think I think I've heard her speak on this, and I'm not really going to take too long on this, but I think I have heard her speak on the double standards between the male rapper and the female rapper. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Jay-Z and Nas at this point are still going to be asked questions about their beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, y'all have beef. Cool, y'all have beef. Boom, we moving on. But the fact that as a female rapper, she's like, this is still a thing. People are still like, why? Let it go. It happened. But I hear you though. She may just need to apologize. They may need to do a publicity. I can't get the word out.
Publicity. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that if they were to make up, it would be a done deal. But they haven't made up. Jay-Z and Nas made up. They're cool. So as long as there's still friction between them, I don't think she ever going to live down these questions.
Well, hopefully they figure it out. If not, then I guess we'll be getting some more subliminals in her rap music. Shots fired. Moving on, last but not least, B. Simone has had a rough week in the office. I mean, this girl can't catch a break. First, folks were going in on her for saying that she didn't want a dude with a 9-to-5, and now she's caught up for plagiarizing in her book. Now, the book situation, she spoke on both of them, but the book situation, most recently, she basically said that she hired a team to execute her vision, and she did not know that the book was plagiarized. She stopped all sales. Boom, boom, bam. I don't really care about that because, you know, she'll have to figure that out. What I want to focus on is, why was it such a problem that she said that she preferred an entrepreneur and not a dude that works the 9-to-5? In an interview with Nick Cannon, she said that she didn't want to date a dude with a 9-to-5. Nick asked her, why can't he have like an honest job? And she responded saying he could be a hustling entrepreneur. Now, the internet went crazy about this, and they had a problem, and I want to know, what is wrong with her having a desire to have a dude that's an entrepreneur and not a 9-to-5 guy?
There is nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. I just think that it was the delivery. I think that if she would have worded it differently, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. But the way she said it sounded very demeaning to the average 9-to-5 worker. Like, so what are you saying? Like, we're not good enough for you? Like, that's how people took it. And I don't think that's how she meant it, but that's how it came off. And you know, the internet, they just go off and they don't stop, and you get canceled at the drop of a hat. So yeah, I just think it was the delivery. Me personally, I don't see an issue with wanting more or wanting somebody on your level. You know, I don't see an issue with wanting somebody that is grinding the way that you grind. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you try to relay it to the masses, you have to be careful how to choose your words, because people will do what they're doing to her.
Well, I think it's interesting because in watching it again, I think she was going to kind of explain that when Nick said he can't have an honest job. She said he could be a hustling entrepreneur. And so what I took that to mean is he didn't have to have all his shit together. He didn't have to be making a lot of money. She just wanted somebody that had an entrepreneur mindset. So obviously, with that being said, if you are starting a business, you know that there are a lot of struggles that come with that. Mm-hmm. And you don't start off at the gate making, millions of dollars or thousands of dollars. It could be a slow burn for some, not even for some, for a lot of people. So when she said a hustling entrepreneur, I think she was getting to that point to say it's not really about how much you make or where your status is per se, but just the mentality of wanting to have your own business. And I personally, even how she said it, I still didn't understand why it sparked such outrage amongst people in 2020, when every time you look around, there's a new entrepreneur. These kids are getting started in their teenage years, making YouTube channels and making millions.
Right.
Always praising people for starting their own business, whether it be graphic designs, beauty products, soaps. You have social media where you get in all these comedians and social influencers. So in 2020, it's not really hard to find an entrepreneur at this point. And so I was kind of really taken aback, like, what is the problem?
Well, you have to also understand that audience on the Shade Room and all the blogs is really young. Like, they did a post, one of the blogs, on how old were you in 1995, and half of them niggas ain't even 21. Like, I was shocked. I was looking and I'm like, oh my God, these are the people that be coming at you in the comments? These are children. So that's what I think went wrong, is that the audience itself is super young. So they're offended on everything. Everything is offensive. And that's what happened. And furthermore, I think her saying she wants a hustling entrepreneur, she needs to be careful with that as well, because I had a hustling entrepreneur. My ex was a hustling entrepreneur, and that nigga was broke and was not getting nowhere. Like, he was hustling all the time, always had a hustle, always had a way to make money, engineering in the studio and this and that and the third. He was doing everything and it looked good and it sounded good, but there was no money for real. And it wasn't coming into fruition of it actually being a lucrative anything. It was just him being a natural born hustler. So you can be a hustling ass entrepreneur, but that don't mean that you're really going to be anything other than a hustler. So she, like I said, her choice of words was real spotty. Adults got it. Children didn't.
Oh, enough said. Well, that concludes our weekly dirt. I'm April Love, and I'll talk to you all next week.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the weekly dirt. And we will be back with our topic this week. How important is it to have a good relationship with your in-laws? Stay tuned.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl V from Love Unlocked. And I just want to know, are you tired of online dating, clubs, and bars? How about try a Love Unlocked Singles Mixer? We host events in the DMV area in a fun and safe environment for you guys to meet face-to-face, play games, and get to know each other. And hey, you may even win a prize. Check us out at www.ilovelou.com for more information.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Love Unlocked Talk, and let's get into our topic of the week. How important is it to have a good relationship with your in-laws? And not necessarily in-laws. Maybe you have a long-term boyfriend and, his parents. April Love, what are your thoughts? Like, do you think that is it important at all to have a relationship with your significant other's parents?
Yikes. It could really be a struggle out here. I honestly think that I would say that it is important. I don't think it makes or breaks the relationship per se, but I feel like it would make the relationship a lot better if you have a good relationship with your in-laws. I just think that it cuts out on a lot of uncomfortable situations I don't think it, like I said, I don't think it makes or breaks the relationship. So I don't know if that is the standard for important or not. But I think that it is a really solid plus. So for me per se, and being in my current relationship, I don't have a great relationship with the in-laws. And what that then does is there are things that I'm just not going to include myself in as a result of that. But I know that ideally he would want me to be included in those things. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of puts the person that you're in the relationship with in between, you know, the in-laws and the person that they're with, because they'll hear those slick comments from their parents or their family, and then they'll hear those slick comments from the person that they're with, and I just don't think that makes for a good mix. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say, like I said, I'm not saying that it makes or breaks the relationship, because there are so many sitcoms displaying that very thing, that is a common joke, is that folks don't get along with their in-laws, because it happens all the time.
Right.
And people still go about their lives. Yeah, fuck that bitch. All right, cool. I'm over here. I'm over here with your son or whatever. I'm over here with your daughter or whatever. We've been doing good for 10 plus years. But then it just is an uncomfortable thing. And yeah, I just think if you can get around it, and sometimes you can't, then it is important. Now, if you can't, then hey, you know, keep it pushing. If you guys can sustain that type of relationship of saying, okay, well, so and so don't like you, you don't like so and so, cool, we're gonna do our thing over here, and then I'm gonna go over there sometime and do my thing over there with them. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I have so many. Well, I have so many because I can honestly say that I have never had significant other's parents like me.
Oh my God.
Not one of them. And I don't know what it is. Like, I think I do know what it is. I know what it is. It's my personality. I am not a very forthcoming, friendly, open type of person initially. It takes me some time. Like, if I'm uncomfortable, I'm uncomfortable. And everybody's going to know I'm uncomfortable, because I am one of those people who you could just read all of the emotions on my face. So if you don't make me feel welcome right away, then I'm on guard and I'm not comfortable. I'm not relaxed. And therefore I'm very standoffish, and parents don't like that. So I've never had a good relationship with any of my boyfriend's parents. Never had any relationship with them, including my husband's, unfortunately. It just didn't work out that way. I think it is important to have. It would be nice to have a good relationship with your in-laws. Is it a deal breaker? No. It is what you make it. My husband, I don't know how he does it, but he does it. He has a relationship with his mother, and he has his marriage with me, and he manages them both separately. And it, like you said, it puts him in the middle. So I feel for him. You know, I don't want it to be this way. I didn't ask for it to be this way. This is just the way that it is. And he handles it accordingly. And there is no issue. We don't have problems because I don't have a good relationship with his parents, or not his parents, his mother. And because it's always the mom. Dads are always cool. But yeah, so we don't have issues when it comes to that, because he manages it in a way that neither one of us is uncomfortable. I think it's important to have the good relationship when there are children involved. Like if you have, you guys share children, and then, the grandparents obviously want to be a part of those children's lives, then yes, you better figure out how to fake it until you make it, because those kids are innocent and they deserve their grandparents. So you have to grin and bear it. But when there isn't that factor, I don't see it being an issue if you don't have, I have no relationship with my in-laws. None. It's sad. I didn't ask for this, but this is how it is. And I have a very happy marriage still. So.
Yeah, I think I am not married, but I've been in a relationship for 5 years. And my story is a little different. So I too am like you. I don't know. I guess I come off as standoffish, but my thing is, if I don't know you like that, because when I talk, I like to talk freely. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't like to hold my words. And so if I feel like I have to hold my words, then I don't really like talking to people. Right. And so a lot of times when I am introduced to new people, I feel like I have to hold my words because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's offensive to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be saying like something off the wall crazy, because I have a crazy sense of humor, as you know. Right. I laugh at a lot of things. And I just don't want to, I want to spare you. You know what I'm saying? Right. I want to get to see what the feel of it before I start, just openly like, oh, God.
Right. Because then they're giving you the side eye for being too much. It's just a lose-lose.
Exactly. So a lot of times when I am introduced to new people, I can be on the quiet side just for the simple fact that I just don't know you. And I want to kind of get the opportunity to know who you are before I'm just out here talking.
Right.
Freely. With that being said, that does come off. I don't know why it does. I think that's just fucking common sense, honestly. If I met somebody that was like standoffish, that's on some real shit. If I met somebody that was standoffish, I would think they were shy or they didn't feel comfortable.
Right.
Nowhere would I think or take offense. You know what I'm saying?
Right. She's a bitch. Just off the break.
That's not where my mind would go. I don't know why folks go that route, but I wouldn't go that route. I would be like, oh, maybe they're not comfortable or maybe they're shy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, common fucking sense, yo.
Right. Like, I interact with people all the time, and, especially at work, and there's people that come in and out, and I can tell that they're uncomfortable. So I make a light situation, like I make a joke, or I put them at ease in some way, because I can tell they're just not comfortable. They're super quiet and they're reserved and crunch up on the couch, and you know what I mean. So it's like, okay, I can read body language, and I understand it because I'm the same way. Like and especially in a room full of strangers. Like when I first met his peoples, like it was like a whole event. It was like one of his best friend's grandma's 60th birthday.
Wow.
And yes. Okay. Talk about fucking nerve-wracking. I was standing at a table by myself because he's at his people's event and he's mingling. And I'm just standing there. And we weren't even, I don't even think we were a year in. Like, it was very new. And that was the first time that I met his parents. And I was not comfortable. I was already uncomfortable before they even came. So when they did come, it just made it a million times worse. And I didn't know what she expected of me, but I guess I didn't meet her expectations. And then it just was all downhill from there. Like, she was just giving me side eye and, not really, she was just sizing me up. I could see it. I could feel it. I was uncomfortable. And I was like, wow, this is not going to work. But I always have respect for her, because she's his mother. She gave my husband life, and I will never disrespect her. But as far as us having a relationship and ever being close, it'll never happen because of the precedence that was set so early on. And it can be, it's uncomfortable, but like I said, my husband has made it so that we, neither myself or her, are in an uncomfortable situation. He keeps us apart. So there is no get-togethers, no.
Well, I had a total different experience when I met my boyfriend's people. So when I came around, I was, how I am pretty much everywhere is basically, if I don't really know you, I don't really, talk too much to you. But not to toot my own horn, but I think I'm a pretty nice person in general, whether I like you or not. So that's why I was like, what the fuck, when I found out that there was an issue. Mm-hmm. But with that being said, when I came around, there didn't seem to be an issue. It was oh hey Aisha, oh and so I was like, okay, this is a genuine interaction. And I started to come around more. I was there house sitting, babysitting, over this cousin's house, over the aunt's house. I mean, I was really kind of stepping out of my comfort zone because I don't do that shit with my own family. Like we kind of like, yeah, we're cool and everything, but we don't have to be always up under each other like that. So I was doing this, because I saw this was important to my boyfriend. And I thought that these people liked me because every time I came around, there was no eye rolling, no shady comments. It was like, oh, hey, oh, yeah, oh, your daughter's so cute, because I had a daughter. Oh, she could come spend a night and we could, it just seemed nice. And so nice that I talked good stuff about his people. Like I remember bragging about the way his mother and his father were towards me, because my parents are not that same way. They're not those, oh hey, you'll know if they fuck with you and you know if they don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh my gosh, these people are just so nice. And then maybe a year in, I heard a conversation with that my boyfriend was having with his brother, and it really, I don't know why I didn't hear the whole thing. I just heard this one part, and his brother was like, yeah, mom's is like, you running around with that girl.
Yikes, not that girl.
Yes, that girl.
You thought you was part of the family, and meanwhile, exactly. She like that girl. Oh,
exactly. So once that was kind of put out there, then it was just kind of like all downhill from there. And then I got pregnant. Oh, when I got pregnant, it really got bad. Like, oh, she's a manipulator, and she's this, and she came over here and she rolled her eyes, and she did. I mean, they did not fuck with me. My whole pregnancy. Let me tell you, we went into my daughter had a birthday and they were invited to the birthday. Dad didn't want to come. Mom came at the tail end, and wasn't friendly at all. It was just like, we don't like her. And then the whole pregnancy, they didn't even talk to me. They didn't even talk to me. I was in an emergency room with my boyfriend. He was up in there, and his dad came by. He said hey to me and sat on the total opposite end in the cut where I couldn't even see him. Wow. He didn't engage in no type of conversation with me. Like, it was like he went out of his way not to even just have a regular, oh, hey, how you doing type of conversation.
Right.
And so that really kind of changed my perspective, because I was sitting there like, I was not the common denominator on this. I have a child with somebody else, and his parents hit my phone and asked me how my pregnancy was doing. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like, what's the problem? And I most definitely did not take the time to be around my daughter's father's side of the family as much as I did with my current boyfriend. So it really threw me for a loop. And it did affect our relationship. And this is why I'm saying I think it is important, because I did see the bad side of it. Because if you're unable to balance that, or manage that rather, it does create problems. You know what I'm saying? If you can't, and the sad thing is, I actually did try to have a conversation with his mother twice about it. And I specifically told her, you know, I don't really want him to be in the middle of us and blah, 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 blah. And she hee-hee-ha'd, okay, we're cool. Oh, hee-hee-hee.
That is so fake.
And then got off the phone with me, and it was like she didn't like that conversation.
Yikes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do?
You don't do anything, girl. I have tried that too. I haven't done it twice. I did it once. And after that, no, actually I have done it twice, but not once on the phone, once in person. After that second time, it was just a wrap. Like it just went nowhere. Like the conversation seemed to be going good because she called me to apologize to me for acting a fool in my house. That's a story for another time. But then the conversation just went totally left, and it ended on a very, very sour note of her making some comments that just weren't to my liking about me and just people, period. I'm not even going to say anything other than people. She just was coming out her face real reckless. And at that point, I was like, I just told my husband, you know, I love you and I will do anything for you, but this is a done deal. Like, I will not subject myself to that ever again. I don't deserve it. I didn't do anything. And this is not my issue anymore, because I've gone above and beyond to try and make this right. But I've had relationships where my parents didn't approve of guys, and they're like, I'm sorry, like you do what you want to do with him, but don't bring him over here. That brings a problem to the relationship, because now you can't come to family functions. You can't go to birthday parties, nieces and nephews. You know what I mean? Because your man can't come. You can go, but he got to stay wherever he at. So it can be a deal breaker if you're not like invested and you're not willing to have separate events with your parents and your significant other. And I think moms in general with their sons are they just don't like, it doesn't matter who you are.
Sickening. You better hope that you're not like that with your son.
You know, you better hope you ain't like that with your son, boo. Like, I know you got mad years to go before that happens, but it's like you don't realize no one is ever going to be good enough. You know, and I get that because I'm a mother and I understand, but you can't carry it like that, because my son's happiness is my happiness. If my son was happy and he's telling me, Mom, I'm in love and I'm happy, and I know that this woman isn't doing anything to hurt him, I would not disrespect her. Like, it's common sense. Like, yeah, she not ever gonna be good enough for you in my eyes, but you're happy. And so therefore I'm happy. Period. That's how it should be.
Period. But I will want to say, I just want to say this last thing. I think that, to me, when it all comes down to it, I most definitely understand that, because I have kids now, and you are a little weary of the people that come into your children's life, even when they're, you know, grown, because you care about this person. This is with anybody. You want to make sure that the person is right. But I think when I see that dynamic where in-laws are making it very known that they don't like who you've decided to be with, and there's nothing like crazy going on, they're just really stuck on that, I feel like it's disrespectful to your child at that point.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not even just like, it goes beyond, oh, you don't like this person. It's like, out of respect for your child and their situation, you're not going to be putting no negative stuff out there because it's not going to benefit anybody. It's not going to benefit him or her. So I think that that's another thing. It's like, it's like, yo, do you respect your son? Do you respect your daughter? If you did, you wouldn't be out here creating this type of shit for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I do think it's important, but I don't think it's a deal breaker if you don't have a good relationship with your in-laws.
I agree 100%. And on that note, we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl V from Love Unlocked. And I just want to know, are you tired of online dating, clubs, and bars? How about try Love Unlocked Singles Mixer? We host events in the DMV area in a fun and safe environment for you guys to meet face-to-face, play games, and get to know each other. And hey, you may even win a prize. Check us out at www.ilovelou.com for more information.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Love Unlocked Talk. And normally at this time I would go into our Ask V segment, but I actually wanted to take this time this week to go into our new segment of Love Unlocked Talk, which is called the dating game. I've been getting some mixed reviews actually about the game. I mean, no, let me clarify. People love the idea of the game, but I've been getting mixed reviews about the participation aspect of it. I just want to put out there that everybody cannot be a bachelor or a bachelorette. At some point, you're going to have to be a contestant. Now, there's nothing wrong with being the contestant 1 week, and then if you don't get chosen, we'll move you to be the bachelor or the bachelorette. But at some point, you're going to have to be the contestant. Because if we don't have you guys being contestants, then we don't have a game. So I just want to make that clear. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, we are starting a segment called the dating game. I think we talked about this last week briefly. What we're going to do is probably each month, because I just want to make sure that we get enough contestants to be able to start. Each month, we're going to have a bachelor and 2 contestants, or a bachelorette and 2 contestants. And the contestants are competing for a date with said bachelor or bachelorette. That date will be fully paid for by Love Unlocked. I just want to let you guys know when you apply, you will go to www.ilovelu.com. That's www.ilovelu.com, and you'll go to the join the show section. You'll fill out your name, your email, and then you'll put what you're looking for in the body of the message. You will add your name, you will add your height, you will add your location, and you will go ahead and you will email or DM me a picture of yourself, and we will go ahead and get you set up for a profile. I just recently had our contestant drop out. This is news to April Love. She wasn't aware of this, but I'm letting her know now. Yes. She dropped out. We actually were going to be airing the first episode of the dating game next Tuesday. And she dropped out because our bachelor has children and she doesn't want anyone with children. So she has backed out. So now she will be our first female bachelorette. Now, with that being said, I am in need of another contestant for next week. Hopefully I can get one. April Love, if you know anyone, please spread the word. Hey, we need somebody to fill this spot because I don't really know what we're doing here. If I don't have it, we might have to push it back.
Well, so, I want to interject because a couple of weeks ago we did have that discussion about dealing with somebody that has children. Mm-hmm. I just think, I understand everybody has a preference, just like, B. Simone. She don't want her 9-to-5 nigga. Everybody has a preference. But I would encourage people to be a little open-minded.
Yes.
I have found in talking to a lot of people who have fell in love and have met somebody who they know that they're the one, that they didn't always have everything that they thought they wanted in that person. And so with that being said, someone who has children, we had Dr. Love. What was his first name?
Coach Love, Coach Nick Love.
Coach Love. He talked with us about that very topic, and not allowing that to deter you from a relationship, because you could be missing out on an amazing person. So, but again, everyone can have their preference, but I just wanted to kind of throw that out there.
Yeah, no, that's very true. You could very well be blocking your blessings. I did express to her that his children are older, and it didn't matter. She didn't want it. So, that's perfectly fine, because after dating men with children for so long, I didn't want a man with children. So who knows, maybe that's where she's at in life. And, that happens too. So, as I stated, I am in need of a female contestant who would like to participate in our dating game. The sooner the better. So, April Love, like I said, spread the word, please, on your end. I don't know who that's single, but if you go to our Instagram page at Love Unlocked LLC, you will see our first bachelor. He is posted, and what he is looking for is posted in the caption. So, yeah, we are looking for you. So if you're interested, get on it. Let us know. Email us, DM us, do what you got to do, and we'll get you on there. But until next week, hopefully we will be playing the dating game. If I do not get another contestant, we will be back with a fresh new topic for you guys. So thank you for listening, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye, y'all.